We are Steven and Jill. Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steven Jill here.
cheers.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining real estate investment talk. I'm Steven Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt. No, I'm not drinking. And we are broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about how to use free data to price your mailer.
Can't get you to laugh.
I can try.
Oh, can you have... None of this makes you happy?
I love free data.
Okay, thank you. There we go. I'm trying
Yeah,
to get
I love
some
free
kind
data.
of good response or like just happy fun.
You know what it is?
What?
This is a serious time.
Okay.
I mean, this is like, there are people that are out of work, and I think that they need
Okay.
some help.
Okay. Let me back up. Let me just say one thing for everyone here. People grieve in different ways. Some people are serious. Some people cry. Some people tell funny stories. Some people go silent. Maybe we're grieving in different ways. No way is right or wrong.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I'm not,
Okay.
Jill, I'm not criticizing you at all. I'm
Okay.
just saying, yeah, can I laugh? Yeah, I can laugh.
Okay.
Not right now.
You don't have to. Okay, then you are allowed. Well, obviously, you do. You want to be very serious. I still choose not to be serious.
There's a
That's
great
how
way
I
to
get
price
through
mailers.
things.
I'm digging deeply digging into how to more accurately price mailers faster.
Yay.
And we're going to share it and probably have a couple of laughs at the same time. But, this is not, I don't think that the vast majority, maybe a few months ago, I think everybody was laughing and saying, yeah, this is great. Those guys are entertaining. But and I would love someone to email me and say, oh no, you're totally wrong, Jack. We just want to laugh. That's why we listen to our show.
Okay. We
We can
call
do
it
2 shows.
entertaining real estate investment talk.
Right. And I actually think this is entertaining, watching us bicker for some people.
That's hilarious.
You know, when I watch other couples bicker, I'm like, wow, finally, it's somebody else too.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you my Vince Vaughn story along those lines. Jill and I are sitting in Manhattan Beach, right outside of Los Angeles, a couple years ago, at this Mexican place having the greatest street Mexican food there ever was. And Vince Vaughn's like three tables down, and his kids are crawling on his head, and it's just And so he and I make eye contact, and he just looks at me like dad to dad, not there's. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. And his wife's yelling in his ear about something, and
Mm-hmm.
and I felt great about myself.
It's
And
your
I felt
turn.
completely entertained.
Exactly.
Like if a guy like Vince Vaughn can have the same kind of family stuff that goes on, I might be okay.
Okay.
So that's what, there's a lot of guys listening to this going, you know what? Those guys are talking to each other like I talk to my wife sometimes. It probably might be okay.
Okay.
How's that for entertainment?
Yeah.
It's not that funny, is it?
No, it's not that funny.
You want ha-ha slapstick.
It's okay.
Silly.
It's okay. It's all right. Thank you.
Before we get into it, of course, Jill and I already have. Let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landacademy.com online community. It's free.
Blake wrote, "Hi, this is an Excel question." Uh-oh. All right. I'm having a problem getting double-digit pricing. I use a standard pricing per acre formula, and when I drag it down, it only has 1 digit past the decimal. For example, 12,131.1 instead of 12,131.10. To change this, I right-click on the column and choose the Format Cells and select Number, and then I change it to 2 digits, and it changes it, and it's correct. But then when I close it and reopen it, it's back to 1 digit. Any advice? Thank you.
Yeah, and below, inlandinvestors.com, below Blake's question here, a lot of people immediately piped in and gave him what's called an @ function to correctly format the data, because the data's in there in all the cells, as long as your formulas are okay. But there's @ functions that can really, there are @ functions that are conducive to a mail merge, which is how we get offers out. So, but my big picture point is, even at this point in my career, and I'm pretty good at Excel, I have to go to other resources and look stuff up. There's not a mailer that I do where I don't have to learn some new @ function to truly make it better and make it work more efficiently. Jill and I, just before we started this show, Jill said, you're like a week late on this mailer that you're supposed to be doing, and we got to get it out. And we did. Right before the show, we got it out quickly. But it's like I don't want to let my kids go.
that what that was?
It's just an
Why?
art thing. If you talk to any artist, and I'm not calling myself an artist at all, but they'll say, no painting's ever finished. I just ran out of time, and that's it.
Understood. I don't see it
It's
that way.
weird. It's admittedly ridiculous, actually, because we have deadlines and stuff. Usually I meet the deadlines. This time I was a week late. And so I needed my partner to say, man,
Dude,
your time's up. And we all need partners for that.
thank you.
Keep us in line. Today's topic, how to use free data to price your mailer. This is why you're listening. Like Jill says, we all like free stuff. Free data is even that's a double whammy for me.
Exactly.
There's a very new trend that I'm actually learning and exploring and delighted with about how to get completed sales data for land and existing listed sales data for land on Zillow. And Zillow's not the only place. You can get it on Trulia. Realty Track's got a great place. So it used to be, to price a mailer, we would go find on Land and Farm and a bunch of other places, because land as a product, real estate product, real estate agents just don't really care about it historically. And it's very niche, So they do now, apparently. It's a data set that everyone cares about, and it's just as easy to track land clicks and sales than it is houses in apartments. So there's a huge amount of data on Zillow, Trulia, Realty Track, and Redfin and Realtor that can be mined. So you can look at a county, pick it out. You can look at very quickly what's for sale and calculate the price per acre, what's sold and calculate the price per acre, and come up with a magic number that's something like this: of all the property that is listed, and all the property that was sold in the last couple of years, the price per acre is about $14,000. So, and it's a very specific number, 14,3221.33. If you take 20% of that, like we teach, and send out a mailer based on that number, you're going to have amazing results. And it's way more accurate.
So cool.
And it's all free. There's very efficient IT ways to get this data out of there quickly and effectively. But there's always the slow way. And wherever you are in your career or how tech savvy you are, both ways work. One way takes longer, but the results are the same.
Right.
So I've really dug deep, which is the real reason this mailer I referenced for her was late.
Thank you.
But it's there.
It's amazing.
And it's accurate.
This is just another example of how things have changed, even since I really got, really into this with you. It's been 10 years. And I'm like, wow. I used to not just, my due diligence and how great that is in the mapping, but the stuff that we're uncovering. I mean, we used to really have to just there's a lot of guessing, because so much of the properties that were being sold were not listed anywhere. They weren't on Zillow. They may or may not be on Land and Farm. It was our own websites. We were doing our own, or eBay. I would look, even eBay completed sales. You couldn't really use that because it was all over the place, depending on how the auction. Did you do an auction? Did you do a buy it now? Whatever it was. There were all these variables. And now it's really great, like you said. And I think, so part of it too is not just what's available, is that we are all more open to using it. Used to be we couldn't post properties as easily as we could on the MLS. The only way to get on the MLS was either you were an agent or you listed with an agent, and now you're paying a commission so you can get it on the MLS. Not the case now. Now there's all kinds of flat rate brokering, posting services through brokers that you don't have to pay a commission, and you can get them out there. It's so great.
So it's just exactly right. In the past, there was a lot more throwing it at the wall to see what sticks, versus really precision pricing and making decisions based on data. And it's the real thing. The truth is this. The real truth is this. It's only going to get better. Metadata and the prevalence of data is becoming more. The prevalence is increasing dramatically,
Right.
and the cost of it's going down. It will go down to zero. So, throw in the stats like this. If you're looking at 3 counties in Alabama, let's say, I'm just picking one random state, and they're all adjacent to each other, and you have like kind stats on let's say each county has 300 properties, 300 pieces of land that have sold in the last 3 years, and 300 pieces of land that are active they're active and sold, so exact same number. One county has all of the universe of land, the number of properties. One county has 5,000, one county has 30,000, one county has 10,000. Which one do you think would be better, just based on those stats?
The universe of land?
Yeah. The higher one or the highest one?
Highest.
Yeah, so I would, there's a lot of ways to look at it. I think that there's two ways to look at it.
Am I wrong?
Well, no, I would choose the lowest. But
the highest number of maybe I'm mishearing it. The highest number of properties to choose from to pit against each other?
No, so
okay, now I heard
it doesn't
wrong.
matter. It doesn't matter. I would choose the less universe of possibility at the lowest. So because there's the same list. I know it's really because you're so bored right now that you're not listening.
Seriously, what is the question? Please back up. Is it the highest number? Okay, you picked a county. And one that has a big variety of properties?
It picked 3 counties in Alabama. They're
Right.
all adjacent to each other.
Okay.
They all have 300 pieces of property, land,
Right.
for sale each.
Right.
And they all have 300 completed sales that are sold each.
Got it.
County 1 has a universe of 15,000 pieces of land.
Oh, there's so much available? No, wait, there's 300 and 300. It's the same number of things. So what do you mean by universe? Is it property
How many
type?
properties are actually in the county?
Oh,
The universe of properties in that
there's-
county is 15,000.
there's 15,000 properties in that county
Yeah,
altogether.
APNs, yeah.
15,000
One's got
APNs.
10.
300 sold and 300 are listed right now.
Right.
Okay, that's one.
And the other 2 counties are 10,000. The same number is 300, 300. One's 10,000, and the third county is 5,000.
Oh, I'm going with, you know what? I picked the bigger one anyway because it's less available property.
Okay,
Two.
good. Excellent, Jill. So we have a different opinion.
That's why.
That's a great way to
Because
look
I
at
want to
it.
be one of 300 when there's 15,000. I don't want to be one of 300 when there's 5,000 in
Now,
there.
throw in these 2 statistics.
Right.
For each one of those 3 counties, the average click rate, just to see what's for sale
Oh, that makes a
on
difference.
each one of these properties. This is the kind of data that's available
Yeah,
for free.
okay, keep going.
Let's say for the 15,000 unit county, the clicks, because there's more people there, the average click on a piece of property that's for sale is 82 before it gets sold.
Keep going. What about the other ones?
21 and 45. I think in general,
I'm still going to go for, I want to be,
there's a point to all this, and it's
You know what I'm
actually
saying.
the end of. I'll cut to the chase.
I want less, what am I going for? Less inventory. A little more demand.
I want less inventory. I want more clicks. You also can get how many people save it, like they
Right.
can save it to watch it. They're
Right.
watchers, I should say.
Right.
Then, get this, and this is the end statistic for me, for sold listings, and this data is available. For sold listings, you can see how many days it was on the market.
That makes a
And you can
difference
do it.
too.
You can sort it by the size. So yeah, this is boring as hell.
No, this is good for me. No, I love it.
Oh, now it's okay.
No, it's always been okay. I didn't understand the question again, and now I understand the question. No, I think everyone would agree. I'm going to pick an area where the 5 to 10 acres have an average days on market, list to sold of 45. Why wouldn't I? Versus 90, 180. That's a no-brainer.
So access to this kind of data was unthinkable
Right.
even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's certainly, if you get it, which you couldn't get it for free.
Right.
So this is where this business is going.
Right.
A few episodes ago, we were talking about commercial real estate and how it works with equity, raising equity and debt and all that. That was truly an old boys network, and they were selling properties to each other, and to a large extent, that happens even now today.
That's true.
Data allows people to get in the business like us, because I can tell you right now, those guys that are trading cap-rated property are not looking at data at all. They're trying to figure out how to place equity and utilize that.
Because they're 80?
That and because they just don't. That's their minds are closed. But
That's
they're
true.
80. That's right.
They're 80. I understand that. If I never worked this way before, it's always worked this way before.
Right.
Happy you could join us today, Monday through Friday. You can find us right here on the Land Academy Show.
Tomorrow on the episode on the Land Academy Show is called We make this look easy, but it's not. You are not alone in your real estate ambition. You know what's real popular in commercial real estate, speaking of like old boys network and old school, was traffic counts. And so for a long time, I remember when traffic counts became the thing, like especially with triple net, freestanding Starbucks or retail like that, or fast food chains or gas stations. Those are almost always owned by, well, the exclusion of gas stations, but they're always owned by somebody or a REIT that leases it to the company. And so it was this big clamor to get data about traffic counts, because the theory is if there's 50,000 traffic counts, but and then there's only 12,000 over here, then that one's going to do better.
When was the last time? I'm just not. You're funny you're saying, because I remember that. When was the last time you drove over to a thing? Remember those? I haven't seen them in years. You'd go thump 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 thump. You drive over the strip in the ground. Right. When was the last time?
I can't remember.
Remember when was the last time you drove over? We all know what it is. It's on the ground. It's taped down. There's a box on the curb that you're driving over, and it's getting a traffic count.
So they take them visually now.
Isn't that hilarious?
They do it with cameras and stuff. But
that's what I'm saying. It's like, wow, it's changed.
But the second that everybody has access, here's my closing point. The second that everybody has access to the same data, and it's easy to grab it, that's when it becomes obsolete, and then you're looking for another edge of a different type of data. So we're in that. The wave is kind of cresting.
I think a lot of people haven't figured this out yet.
That's what I think.
They really don't know it's there. I think
so
people,
too.
because I know that we talked to them, they're shocked. Like, what do you mean I can do that? I'm like, yeah, you can do that. It's hilarious. The Land Academy show remains commercial free for you, our loyal listener. So wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, please subscribe and rate us there.
We're Steven Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.